Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm here with my best buddy, Chandler, and we're going to be hiking around Susquehanna Riverlands State Park. Now, Susquehanna Riverlands is a new state park. It's just under development. There's a road through the park, there's 2 parking areas, and a trail to an overlook. So we're going to be exploring this park today, snapping some pictures, and we're going to share all that with you and share some information on the park. So stay tuned, and let's get started. So the entrance of the park is right off of Furnace Road in Hallam Township, York County, Pennsylvania. The entrance road is just a stone road for now. Shortly after entering the park, you'll see the first parking area on the right. If you continue down the road, you'll get to the second parking area, and the second parking area is pretty much the end of the road. So Chandler and I decided to walk from the first parking area to the second parking area, and then out the Overlook Trail. So as you walk down the road, you can see some views from the road. Here's a view looking out over the cut for the pipeline that goes through the park. So as you continue down the road, you'll see some pretty views. Here's someone planted some flower bulbs. And the road just kind of meanders down the hill to the second parking area. You're going to see some views like this one as you go along the way. But for the most part, you're just walking down a gravel road to the second parking area. So when you reach the second parking area, you're going to find 2 picnic tables, a porta-john, and just a nice view of the area. So from there, you can take the Overlook Trail. And the Overlook Trail is fairly easy hiking. There's one little creek crossing there, but nothing too major. So it does... most of the trail goes along the edge of a field and just kind of winds its way around back into the woods. And then, you reach the overlook at Shaw's Rock. And here's the rock outcropping. And you can see nice views up and down the river. This is looking upriver at the railroad bridge and the power plant. And this view is looking downriver. And there, of course, there's Chandler, myself, posing for a picture. Sometimes he's a little bit difficult to get to pose. All right, so we made it out to the Overlook here at Susquehanna River Trails State Park. And on the other side of the river is the Northwest Lancaster River Trail, which I've ridden many times. And kind of right in this area here across the river is one of the parks. That's the River Trail Park near Marietta. So you can look down through the trail. So yeah, so it's kind of cool to be on the other side of the river from where I'm usually riding. So yeah, it's a pretty cool view. So now I need to get back over to the river trail and take a picture from the other side over to these rocks. So, and if you look down here, you can see this is where the river trail goes underneath the railroad bridge. So if you watch one of my other videos, you'll probably see pictures or videos of that area as well. All right. Well, now it's time to head back to the parking area. Here's just another close-up view of the Northwest Lancaster River Trail going under the railroad bridge. That is a very nice and paved trail if you ever want to ride that one. So the return hike from the Overlook back, it's up and down, maybe a little bit more up than down, but it's still, a nice hike back. Of course, you go through the woods and along the edge of the fields on the way back. So altogether, the entire hike was 3.79 miles. That was starting at the first parking area, going to the second, going out the Overlook Trail, and of course the return trip. Now the return trip is mostly uphill. From the second parking area to the first parking area is totally uphill. So you want to, make sure that you're prepared for a hike like that. So there is another part of the state park that is on River Farm Lane, and you get there by just continuing down Furnace Road and you'll come to River Farm Lane, drive all the way back to the dead end, and there's a parking area. And back there you'll find the Mason Dixon Trail. So the Mason Dixon Trail does go through the entire state park. The trail is a 200-mile trail, but there is a section of it that goes through the park, and you can hike it from this parking area here at the end of River Farm Trail, and that'll take you all the way up to the second parking area. Now it is all uphill from the time you leave River Farm Lane parking area until you get to the second parking area. It is totally uphill. Now that River Farm Lane, it does go right along the Cadorus Creek, so you'll see the creek as you drive back that lane in the parking area. And it's a pretty parking area. You'll get to see a view of a railroad bridge. But it's just a nice hike along this little creek that feeds down into the Cadorus Creek. And it's a nice scenic hike. So the Mason-Dixon Trail will meet up with the Stone Road, which is the same stone road that takes you from parking lot 1 to parking lot 2. And you can see here the view from down the Stone Road as you come up and approach parking lot 2. Like I said, it is all uphill. So of course the return trip is all downhill, but when you turn around and go down the hill, you do get to see a little bit different view. There's a couple places that might have a little bit of an overlook or so to it, but it's still a nice hike. It's 1 mile round trip, so half mile uphill, half mile downhill. All right, well, that concludes the tour of Susquehanna Riverland State Park. I want to thank you for joining me on this tour today. And if you like what you see on the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and click on that bell so that you're alerted every time a new video is posted. Thanks again for watching, safe travels, and we'll see you on down the road.